Hey guys, what is going on Facebook? Hello, we're back. It's day 2 of this 7-day live stream video series that I kind of put together in preparation for my first book that I'm writing. So it's just a way for me to talk out my thoughts and get them kind of organized as I re-listen to this and type it out. You find what works best for you, and for me apparently it's live streams. And I take so long in hitting the go live button oftentimes because fear sneaks up and it's I can't do this, what was I even gonna say again? And then I just sit with myself and my thoughts for a minute and just witness what's happening. And this was a huge change for me. Just being able to witness these thoughts that were mostly negative from an observer point of view rather than me. Does that make sense? Just now before hitting go live, I can't do this. Is what I'm going to say really... I just said this, I feel like I'm redundant a lot with this, but I know it helps people, but I feel like I'm redundant. So fear pops in is, why are you even doing this? That's real. It happens to all of us. I was okay, hold on, ego, shut up, sit down, take a back seat. Let's, really listen to what's happening here. Okay. So I'm scared that they won't like me or that it's not what I, intend to say. Really diving into that. I'm no, that's not it. That's not it either. I'm what is this ego thinking? And why can't I just hit go live? So sitting with these thoughts and okay, wow, I thought like that. Wow, that was a thought. Okay. That was negative of me to say. Just being in a position of observing those thoughts, not like they're me. So yeah, we're here. I don't know why I spiraled off on that. But anyways, yes, preparing for my first book, trying to get my thoughts out there and just kind of open up a realm for me to actually write this down. And yesterday we talked about domestic violence, spiritual awakening, and developing a mindset for success. So that was yesterday's, and I still need to go back, re-listen to it, and start putting this in Word format so it's, on a document, and I'm excited for that. So today I wanted to go over basically 2017 to 2020 and manifesting and visualizing and what actually happened after I left that toxic relationship, what I did to create change. And yeah, so that's exciting stuff. Who wouldn't want to hear that, right? I want to know. And I didn't really have to prepare for this, but I did, I second guessed myself. Yesterday, my notes were literally this was it. It was blank. And then today, of course, I was excited about that live yesterday. I felt like I got out a lot and I really wanted to just continue this. So, I like to prepare. So anyways, 2017, after I had left, it was January 26th. 2017. So we're coming up on 3 years. That's why this is really important for me. Lots of healing going on too. So I moved back in with my parents, for every failed relationship, I moved back in with my mom. It's a recurring recycling event. I'm seeing the pattern now, here we go. But this time was different, and I was considering going to a shelter before going back to my parents' house because it was that often that I was doing this, and that really sparked some stuff, maybe some codependency in there. I needed to find out my worth, right? I needed to build myself back. So anyways, I, talk about leaving a little bit yesterday, if you want to go and check that out. But January 26th, I pulled up with, it was the girls from my small group, helped me leave that morning. I had packed the whole night before, secretly, and I had really developed an escape plan. And there I was, showed up at my mom's house, and it was me and all 3 of my kids in my old bedroom when I grew up. So yeah, this time it was, I was glad I was alive. So it was a different kind of coming back home. I was mad. I was scared. I was broken. And I'm just like, okay, now what? Day one, I'm alive, I'm safe. Wow, I really did it. After 7 years, I really left. Like, and if you're in a domestic violence relationship or you know anybody, like, we stay for so long because we don't feel good about ourselves, and there's a lot, and I got a lot of stuff yesterday from that video, so I am definitely going to be honing in on some more details of that. I think that if people are wanting to know more about that process, then it's definitely that, to me, for me, sharing my story and it impacting so many people already, like, that's imperative. So I have to do that. So I'm going to break down a little bit more with domestic violence and, you know, like the toxic part and the ins and outs. And I've done this on previous videos. Like, you know, I've been out for 3 years now, and I've been sharing the story for 3 years now. So I've done a few videos on it, like gaslighting and, you know, narcissistic abuse and stuff like that. So what was, you know, relevant to me, I shared. So I don't know, maybe if you like search that on Facebook. But I'm trying to like get my lives and put them into like a YouTube format or something. Like, I have a lot to say, you guys. So this is the beginning, really. It's only been 3 years. So, yeah, it was sitting down with my parents and like, okay, now what? Now what? Okay, I'm going to use this. Like, man, I'm scared as hell. Don't know what's next, but I know, like, I obviously had the spirit to leave, so I had the empoweredness enough and the support enough to say, okay, well, what do I want to create? And, you know, as I'm talking with victims of domestic violence now, that's the vision that we need to see is, what does life look like? What could it look like if I had a second chance? And that was my from scratch. I just, you know, all right, well, I've got me. This is my body. This is my temple. So let's start there. Let's start with eating healthy and exercising and, you know, being in a positive environment, filling my mind with good, happy thoughts. Like, that's where it started. So you start with nothing. You start with what you have. You start with where you are. You just start. So I was doing push-ups. I was doing crunches. You know, thankfully my mom has a gym downstairs, and I got up early and I started working out and I posted it on Facebook. I was like, damn, I'm going to build me. Like, I knew it. I vowed to my parents. I vowed to myself, you give me 1 year. You give me 1 year and I'm going to build myself, you know, to a strong, empowered woman. Like, I got this. And that's what I did. I mean, I just started going after, and this is where the manifesting and visualizing part comes in. I submersed myself in a change your environment, change your life. My environment there was a toxic, abusive relationship in a household that was just negative. And then I moved, I changed my environment to, you know, I'm back at my parents' house, but I was safe. I was loved. I was supported. You know, I had the space to create that. So I used that. I got up early. I ate healthy. I exercised. I was listening to personal development books and audios. I was eat, sleep, breathe. I mean, I was pooping and listening to personal development. I was showering and listening to personal development. I was washing dishes and listening to personal development. I had an ear pod plugged in. Like, y'all know that's my thing. I work a 9 to 5 and I'm listening to personal development. My thoughts were shit. They were not good. I needed somebody else's at that time, and that's what I did. I grabbed onto somebody else. So if you are inspired by people online, submerge yourself in that. It's energy. It's contagious. You can have it too. You just need to focus on it. The law of attraction. You are what you think about. Your thoughts. My thoughts then were, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. My thoughts now, yes, they pop up. Yes, it's good. We're human. We're not robots. We have emotions. We have feelings. It's going to come up. But knowing that, okay, that's, you know, where I was then, that's a mindset. That's a thought to have, you know, okay. Remember that observer mode. Now this is what I could have. So being in that positive, healthy environment, I remember a point in time where I was downstairs, And my mom had a treadmill and the wall is a mirror. So I'm like looking at myself, and I do like maybe 15 minutes of running. And then I'd go over to the mirror, I'd sit on the ball, I'd do some sit-ups, and I'd have the ear pods plugged in. And I was listening to Louise Hay, How to Heal Your Life, and Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back. Those are my first 2 books that I picked up. And I started implementing, like she was saying, like, talk to yourself in the mirror, speak it into existence, what you want, tell the universe, you know, and I did it. I started looking at myself like I'm looking at me now, like, okay, you guys gotta like yourself. You have to build that. Look at yourself. Who are you? Like, I love this hippie vibe, you know, I'm working in an office. I've got my bare feet. Well, I've got socks on with my palm tree socks. Like, I like me. What do I like? What do I like? What do I want? And that's where it started. I started looking, I want, you know, I want a family. I stayed so long because I wanted a family, and I want a man that is sensitive but strong and sweet and hardworking and loyal and honest and fun and smart. And I said it all to myself in the mirror. That's what I want. I want a house with green grass and a white fence. And okay, judge if you want. It's my dream. What do you want, right? I wanted a beautiful house, and I saw that. I saw it. I saw me sitting on the porch. I saw the kids playing in the yard. I saw it. And I focused on it. And I would write it down. I would color it. I would draw it. When I'm listening to personal development and they're talking about your goals, I thought about that. And wouldn't you know, January 26, 2018, 1 year later, I'm closing on my very first home with the man of my dreams. Beautiful green yard, white fence, and he is everything that was important for me to have. I manifested that. I focused on that. I worked hard for that. I put myself in uncomfortable situations. You know, he knocked on the door at 4 months in, and I'm like, oh no, right? Like, you're asking the universe to give you these things. You're praying, you're meditating, and it just pops up and you're like, hold on. No, you can't, it can't be that easy. But really, when you are in that bliss feeling, that's energy. That attracts things to you. Like attracts like. So we have to try and stay on that vibe and stay on that energy. So I pushed him off for a little bit, and we were just, he had an in though. He is the cousin of my childhood best friend. You know, he loved my ambition, and I loved his, and yeah, it's insane. Like, he makes me a better person. I'm in awe at what I've become, who I am, what I created. I built this. It was hard. It still is. But you really get to find out what you're made of, and visualizing and having that imagination, you know. Right now you have it. It's just programmed differently. Right now your imagination can probably come up with a million things that could go wrong, right? Like, that's your mindset. That's where we're at sometimes. We just have to switch it. What if this went right? What would that look like? What if I, left my abusive ex and started sharing my story all over the place and talked about narcissistic abuse and was speaking on stages and was volunteering and was traveling? And what if I wrote a book? And this is where it starts, right? Okay, so this is where we're at now. I kind of skipped a little bit, but 2017 I started visualizing that. 2018 I manifested it and just kept bringing on more of it. You constantly reach that next level. Like, as soon as you get uncomfortable, as soon as something doesn't go your way, as soon as you commit and decide to do something, and then bam, something happens if you get over that and don't let that deter you, you reach next level you. And then it doesn't stop there. The next uncomfortable thing is going to come, and it's going to get worse and worse, but you're going to get better and better. And then it kind of evens out the playing field. So that's 2018, 2019, right? I find my best friend online, and, you know, then now we're not friends anymore. Like, life is going to give you some punches and some twists and some turns, but you're in it for you, for your long haul. What do you want to create? And that's really, like, sidebar with codependency here. Understanding the patterns in your life that you might have, recognizing the patterns in my life that I've had, and seeing the opportunity to break the cycle and to do something different. So yeah, here we are, 2020. I'm realizing that I have this energy now about me. Like, there's that intuition, there's this goddess, it's energy, it's feminine, it's divine, it's spiritual, it's hippie. I love it. And that's me. That's what I want to keen in on. So what can I do around that? Right. So I looked up energy healing and spirituality, and it's all turning into passions of mine now, where I'm with a holistic wellness company. You know, when I had left, you guys know I was diagnosed with all kinds of stuff, and I got put in the system and put on pills, and, you know, there was a disconnect between what I was going for and then what was happening. And then it wasn't until that when I broke through, when I, you know, went against the grain. You know, you have to stand out to do something different, to be great. There's a reason why there's a top 1% of companies, right? They're doing something that most aren't. That's what you have to do. You have to find that within you to make that happen, though. You have to surround yourself with people that are doing that so it can rub off on you. Like attracts like. So that's what I've been doing. So now, like, there's leaders in this company with, you know, legal cannabis. I found that in my search to, you know, natural healing, and what could I do differently, you know, than take a pill. What is yoga? What is meditation? How does that help with your mental health? You know, so I really got into that. And then from there, it kind of twisted around. Like, fitness was a huge thing. You know, I had gained strength the last year before I left because I had started to, like, exercise, and really try to make changes. So fitness is a big part of that. So I wanted to become a certified personal trainer, and your dreams will change along the way. I remember when we got the house and we're building, you know, a gym downstairs and a bar too. And we love to drink and have fun and work out. And, yeah, it's just, I saw Scott's vision when we got this house, and, you know, this is where that's going to be. And, you know, now he's building it. Now it's coming true. Now it's reality. And, like, that's progress. Like, that's a relationship. Like, when you can find people that you can build with, that you can, you know, share your dreams, your goals, your visions, and support each other and encourage each other and push each other, and, you know, just be there and like see that fruition. Like, that's really awesome. So yeah, and like this mindset now that I have, and the leaders before me that I've been, you know, looking at, like authors and speakers and YouTubers and people, social media influencers, like anybody that I look to that probably has not a clue what they've done for me. And I oftentimes, whenever I get like that, like, oh no, I want to do live, right? Like, oh, I can't do it. I think about all the people that if they didn't do that, like, I wouldn't be where I am, and they have no idea who I am. Right? So I know there's so many people that are inspired by me, and I have no idea. They haven't reached out. There were so many people that I watched that I never reached out. That was 2017 for me. I was just soaking it all in. But it plants seeds throughout your journey that eventually, like attracts like, eventually, you know, you surround yourself with that more, it grows, it flourishes. So yeah, that's, my why is that vision that I have, that I know that I'm made for more, that deep within inside me, like, she's awesome and she just wants to have fun, and like, that's my soul's purpose. And, you know, now that I have kids, like, and I see they're so passionate and determined and intelligent, and, you know, I get to procreate. I get to, you know, just like power affirmations, right? I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I break generational curses. Like, that hits home for me. I break down barriers When I walk into a room, I shift the energy from dark to light. When I open my mouth, people listen. I am determined, dynamic, persistent, ambitious, and faithful. You have to believe this. You have to speak into existence what you want. You have to speak what you seek, okay? Until you see what you said. I love that line. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys with manifesting and visualizations. This was definitely key for what I wanted to hone in on when I start writing my book. I did write out some dreams right here. I must have did this yesterday. So I just want to touch on a few more things before I close out. Let me see what time I at. Okay, 12:45. So yeah, my dreams now is to quit my 9-to-5, to make $10,000 months, to write a book. I'm doing this with coaching services, with my HempWorks MLM, with the services that I offer with energy healing and, becoming my own self, branding myself, becoming an entrepreneur, sharing my story and my passion so that it helps other people. It's making an impact and I'm making a living from it. Like, that's my dream. I want to get paid to travel and speak and host seminars and workshops. And I'm visualizing this, right? Like, just like I visualized the front yard and the white porch and Scott, I'm visualizing this. So it will happen. I'm just now aligning. Now you just enjoy the process. Now you just let it go and then have fun, and it's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard, but it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I said I wanted to get featured on my faves. Get featured on my faves. I don't know what that is. Next level sponsorships. I want to do full-time lifestyle videos, and yeah, that's it. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If this is helpful for you, or you know a friend that would love it, please share. As I'm building my network, I want to really put down I'm 33 now and I've been through so much. If I can do this, wow, I shouldn't be here right now. And yet I'm in awe at this. Anybody can do this. So I want to be able to spark that within other people. And that's what I'm doing. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you have an awesome Wednesday. Start thinking about your why. Start thinking about why you're doing what you're doing, what you want to manifest. Get fun and creative with your imagination. And if you like this and you want to do that together, I believe that when women connect and collaborate, we become a powerhouse of unstoppable energy. And yeah, so yes, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.